Why would Jade ask Gwen to meet her at the library?
It's quiet.
It's closed.
How do you know? Just check the hours?
Well, even if it's open, Jade was fired from there. She's not exactly welcome.
So maybe she's meeting her on the steps.
For what? Jade had Gwen on the phone. She would have told her what she needed to tell her. Why insist that she meets her? It's not like they're friends.
Maybe she had to give her something.
Like what?
I don't know.
I think we should call Will.
No, don't call Will. Gwen said she didn't want him involved.
Yeah, but if something happens, what if something happens? Then you're gonna feel terrible.
What's gonna happen? They're meeting at a library.
This is Jade we're talking about. Anything can happen. I think we should call Will.
Yeah. Will, hey, it's Casey. Gwen asked me not to call you, but Maddie and I think that something's a little off. What happened? Well, Jade called Gwen and asked her to meet at the library a little while ago.
Which is closed. We called and got the hours off the machine.
So, anyway, Jade made it sound kind of urgent, and I thought you should know.
You think we should call Gwen and tell her that we talked to Will?
No. He's her husband. He'll handle it.
Okay. I guess we do what we could. So, how's your roommate?
Elwood, he's good. Full of surprises. You met him, right, at the party?
Yeah, I did.
So, how are things here? You settling in all right? My parents behaving themselves?
Yeah, it's been great. They're very supportive, especially your mom. She took me shopping the other day. We had a girls' day, and she's been really great. And I've always loved this room.
Yeah, the room. It looks great.
Yep, it's great. It's all great.
Okay, I should probably.
Hey, please don't go. I know it's excruciating being here with me, but I'm doing the best I can.
It's not excruciating.
Are you kidding me? We're talking to each other like we're just meeting for the first time. It's painful.
Yeah, it's a little awkward.
I know. I feel like I have like no skin, or I smell. I smell.
You smell like applesauce.
Applesauce.
Yeah. I thought it was your shampoo, and then when you moved out, I bought some.
You bought my shampoo?
Yeah, I like the smell, but then that wasn't it. It was just you. Just the way you smell. You smell like applesauce and vanilla milkshakes and ginger snaps.
You're just hungry.
Maybe, but I like all those things, and I like the way you smell, and I like the way you look. I like the things you say. And I know that doesn't help, that you're still not recovered 100%, but you're getting there.
You think?
It's like a solid 85.
I get a B?
But last week you would have had to retake the course, so just...
Like somebody has to retake calculus?
Oh! She was a jokester.
You really think I'm getting better?
Without a doubt.
I think you're right. I think I am better than I was. Talking to the therapist really helps. I want to say that she's accepting, but that's not really the right word. All I know is I tell her these things, and she doesn't even flinch.
I think that you were always scared of how people would react. You know, that's why you got so freaked out when the memories came back. You were afraid to talk to anyone.
He threatened to kill me if I told.
You don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, at first, I thought that would fix everything. Since Louis was dead, I had nothing to be scared of anymore, but I was still scared.
But talking about it helps?
Every time I sit and I say the words to the therapist, and I know she hears them, it seems like it gets a little bit easier to admit what happened.
It's because you're not alone with it anymore.
Maybe you're right. Casey, and you can say no. think maybe I need to tell you what happened.
Okay, I mean, you don't have to. It's fine if you never want to tell me.
I know, but I think you need to know, and I really want to be close to you, and I think that you need to know what happened in case things are difficult for me.
Okay. You mean now?
Yeah. No. I really loved my bedroom at Eve's house. It wasn't quite as big as this one, but it was my own. I had to share a room always with one of my sisters when I was growing up, so I was happy that I got my own room at Eve's. I own posters.
Of old movies?
Are there any other kind? And I found these great Chinese lanterns at a discount store, and I put silk scarves and peacock feathers all over. It was very dramatic.
What a shock.
Nobody ever really bothered me. Except Louis would stop by, stand in the doorway, ask me a question, or, and then as time went on, he would start coming in, and he would sit on my desk chair. We'd talk about old movies, and he liked the war ones. Then one night, he came in and he closed the door and he locked it. And before I could even ask him why he was locking us in, he gave me this really weird look, which stopped me cold. And then he said, "It'll be fun." And I was, what would be fun? And then he pushed me onto the bed, which shocked me, and he got on top of me, and I tried to push him off, but I couldn't. I tried to hit him, but that just made him mad. He slapped me and tore my shirt and put his hands everywhere. I screamed, but he put his hand over my mouth, and I had a knife from dinner on my nightstand, and I reached for it, but it fell. I stared at the ceiling the whole time, so I didn't have to look at his face. I had this poster from my favorite movie, Picnic in the Park, on my wall, and I just kept staring at it and just kind of went away. Afterwards, Louis told me not to tell anyone, or I would regret it. He left, and I was bleeding, which really scared me. So I went to the hospital. But they kept asking me all kinds of questions, so I left.
Where'd you go?
Home. Well, back to Eve's house. The next morning I called Henry, and I asked him if I could come here, and he tried to talk me out of it, but I begged him because I couldn't stay there. I knew that Eve would be watching me, and she would figure it out, and I couldn't do that to her. So I thought I could come here and forget everything, and it would be okay. That's why I lied to you about being a virgin. Because I didn't want to admit that things had changed.
Addie, you didn't lie to me. And I'm not saying that nothing changed, because of course it did. But what happened to you was rape. Addie, you're still a virgin.
But virgin means that you haven't had sex.
So, okay. Technically, you've had physical experience, but you said it yourself. The part that was you wasn't really there, and I'm glad, because it must have been awful.
It was. I felt so helpless and violated.
Yeah, it was an attack. And you're lucky you survived.
I guess.
Listen. When you make love with someone that you really, truly care about, and I'm not saying that I have any experience, because I don't, because what happened with Gwen and I, we were both really drunk and we barely even remember it. But I do know that when you really care for someone, you just want to get closer and closer, and you never want it to end.
I wouldn't know.
Exactly. Because it hasn't happened yet. You're still a virgin. Nanny, when we make love, it'll be the first time.